Bruce or Keith? I don't know. They're both good. Good point.
Lily, Addie, where are you at?
Wait, here comes Dad. Our dad, Bruce, is definitely the best. We better get the show going before he figures out what we're doing.
Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 5. Yep, you've made it to day 5 of 7 in our 7-episode and 7 days marathon.
Are you serious? It's only been 4 episodes? Wow. There must be some kind of dog years factor for working with you, man. I could have swore this was episode 30 or something.
I love you too, man.
Okay, episode 5. 5-stir, 5-a-rooney.
Keith, how many more ways are you going to say 5?
5.
I suppose I should have expected that.
Okay, so I've got all that out of my system. What are we going to talk about today?
Great question. Not sure if you're aware of this or not, but Windows 7 is going to come to its EOL, or end of life, by Microsoft.
Shoot, Windows 7 is going away?
Well, no, Microsoft isn't going to make Windows 7 not work anymore. What they're no longer going to do is release those security patches that periodically get pushed out to your system to make it more secure.
So how long does Windows 7 have left?
Good question. Just a little while, Keith. Matter of fact, it's going to reach its end of life or end of support January 14th of 2020.
So if someone has Windows 7, what should they do?
There's a few options available. First, you could just keep running the operating system and deal with the potential risks that having security patches not being applied represents. Second, depending on the age of your computer, you could potentially buy an upgrade to the operating system from Windows 7 to 10. And lastly, you could always replace your computer. Maybe it was feeling time to do that anyway, and this is a great excuse to get out there and find a new PC.
How are you supposed to decide? It sounds like upgrading the OS is the much cheaper option.
Spot on, Keith. Barring finding some really good deal for a laptop for, say, $100 or something, you're probably going to spend just over $100 for the Windows Home upgrade to just under $200 for the Windows 10 Pro upgrade.
Okay, I hear you. So people should definitely upgrade their existing computers.
Well, it isn't quite that simple. Let's think about this for a minute. If your computer is already 5, 6, 7 years old, how well do you think it's going to run Windows 10? And then, does it have an old, small hard drive in it? And does it have other resources that it's going to need and driver support for all your old hardware?
So it sounds like they should definitely replace their existing computers. Got it.
Well, not necessarily either.
I'm really going to need you to make up your mind here, Bruce.
Okay, well, let me see if I can help with this. I usually use the Intel processor series as a general guide. So if you have a 3rd generation computer, it's going to be, say, an i3 a 3000 number, right? And a 4th generation, a 4000 number, so on and so forth. So if your system is an Intel 4th generation or older, I generally would recommend that you replace that system. Now, if you have a 5th generation or newer, the general guideline I use would be to go ahead and buy the operating system upgrade if your system already is pretty much meeting your needs. Now, one note on 4th generation Intel processors: if you have a higher level 4000 series and it's an i5 or an i7, those might make better upgrade candidates than some of your lower end i3s and the lower 4000 series numbers, so anything less than a 4700.
Honestly, you lost me a little bit with all the generation stuff.
Completely understandable, Keith. So let's maybe approach this from a little bit different angle. For those that don't know what generation processor they have, or maybe they have an AMD and my rule of thumb doesn't really apply to them. So let's say that you have a 5+ year old computer and you upgrade it. You might buy yourself an extra year, year and a half, 2 years at the most. And in the process, you may run into driver compatibility issues. Another consideration is if you feel like your system is just barely meeting your minimum needs now. And if so, then upgrading to a new computer might actually make more sense.
Okay, yeah. Those are easier rules to understand. Actually, it sounds like our next episode is going to come along pretty good timing for this topic, because for those of you who do want to replace your computer with newer equipment but want to do it on a budget, right? That'll be our next episode.
If you're looking for a new computer or to upgrade your existing one, I recommend 8 gigs of memory for Windows 10. Now that's not the Windows minimum, but I find that Windows 10 runs best on 8 gigs or more. If you're purchasing a new computer, I'd recommend getting something that has a solid state drive in it. It's going to work much faster than a spinning disk. Your boot times will be faster. You're just going to be happier with the overall performance of the system.
Okay, good to know. Hey, what if I have Windows 8? Will that be an issue?
Well, only the user interface. But no, Windows 8 is good until 2023. So this is really about Windows 7.
Great.
Keith, I didn't realize you had any Windows 8 computers.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, well, why did... You know what? Never mind.
So, are we done? Because I'm getting hungry.
Keith, you know what? For you and your stomach, we can be done right here. But first, why don't you go ahead and close this puppy out?
Perfect. I think I can get us to eating much faster than if you were closing the episode. So, thank you everybody for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Below you will see some links. You'll see some links for Windows 10 Home and Pro upgrade licenses, as well as some links for some entry-level, mid-range, and high-end PCs and laptops from Amazon. Just click them, right? Even if you don't buy anything, or if you don't buy anything until like 24 hours later and you end up buying a can of soup, somehow that still benefits us. And it doesn't cost you a dime. So really, just click on the link right now. And while we're talking about that, click on like, and let's face it, if you've made it this far, you like us, okay? Just click the button and get it over with. Click on like, click on subscribe, click on that little bell thing so that you get notified when new episodes come up. We're still in the midst of our 7 episodes in 7 days marathon, so they're coming. And if you have any questions, comments, hopes, dreams, needs, fears, or funny stories, let us know down below. Thanks.